keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be testing quite a number of production features out here and hoping to carry this out with the rest of the season. But just to talk about talking about these teams too here, we're going to be getting into the game soon as well. But hey, I'm getting really interested to see how these two teams are going to perform on Clan Blitz Inkblot Art Academy. Quite the map indeed to start off with, Mizuno.
Oh my gosh, I'm taking a look at these comps already. We got ONSU gray in the orange and Sunquad Squad in the blue ink here. Neptune, these comps are kind of saucy, and I'm really liking it, especially with Annabelle on the Jet Squelcher, providing that nice support anchor position for the plat area. And then on the side of Sun God Squad, they're running a very aggressive comp here, and I'm really excited to see what they can bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely. Sun God Squad definitely has a lot more aggression in mind, while OnSU Gray has a lot more control options with that Jet Squelch that you mentioned earlier, right? Currently, it just seems to be quite a bit scrappy in mid right now. Floofy Pub on already the stack right here, looking to get some picks on here with the Ultra Stamp. You know, the Ultra Stamp here coming in clutch, getting one already here. It seems like both these teams are looking to get slowly up, get control of mid right now, but currently, it just seems to be a look around for clams, as there's no clams in mids to pick up right now, Mizuno.
Right, exactly. Floofy Pub getting a great opportunity to make some room and get some space from the members of Sunquad Squad. You could see a lot of mid is painted in blue right now. Oh, but oh my goodness, out of nowhere, ONSU Gray. It looks like Ozone with the blaster came in with that triple splash out and made a lot of movement and a lot of space for ONSU Gray to just move in with this ball in this basket.
Oh my goodness, and that bomb stop just shutting down all the momentum that OnSU Gray had in that push, forcing the members to just jump out here, reset here, allowing Sun God Squad to just honestly a perfect defense and mid, all for the price of that one bomb pick right there. That is cash money if I've ever seen it, Mizuno.
That is very cash money, super pog moment. Spam the chat, everyone, because this is such a good match. You can see this constant back and forth fight for mid, and it looks like it's finally going to give way as there is a delayed wipe on the side of Sun God Squad, and ONSU Gray is moving in on this basket as they're hoping to get the numbers back up on this defensive front.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the numbers definitely favoring OnSU Gray here, but I just feel like Sun God Squad is just doing such a good job holding defense, not allowing Sun God Squad to get onto that plat for free, especially when Floofy Pup is on this Ultra Stamp, going for the long shot, trying to get this third pick here. Will they get it? They do manage to do it, opening up the team aim to be able to move forward here. However, the clam economy is in shambles here, Mizuno. They don't have any clams or a power clam anywhere ready to do it, but that doesn't matter when a triple comes out from the side of Sun God Squad.
And it's just one man of ONSU Gray holding us back. Rin with the aerospray coming in clutch with two really crucial splats with the assist from that Booyah Bomb. Neptune, that was so important there when it was just one person facing the basket like that. And oh my gosh, Floofy Pop again! Getting three splats, making that a fourth. And is not able to get it on the ring slider. Able to get it on the ring slider. What is Floofy Pop on right now, Neptune?
I don't know. To quote a commentator that I love dearly, wish, wish, wash, wash, 4 people fall immediately, and it's already a 56 points on the board here. Sun God Squad going to take that lead and breaking that Clan Blitz curse that most teams have right now and just getting that significant lead here and just consistently putting on the pressure on in mid as OnSU Gray does not really have much of a response to get back into mid.
Right, exactly. It looks like Zoe right now on that blaster is trying to create some movement and some leeway on this right side, but they're going to need a little bit more help with their teammates. ONSU Gray seems a little bit scattered right now as they're trying to find the best way back in whatever avenue they can. It looks like Falsetto might have something as they're coming in with the Reef Slider on this ramp, is unable to get anything. Cosmo is coming in on this left side here, trying to defend the basket with the assist to the Booyah Bomb. And ONSU Gray is not going to make any movements after all that oomph.
That's crazy. Just so many specials were used. We saw the Booyah Bomb earlier there, and just like you feel like that's like a perfect opportunity to move in there, but just it's always Sun God Squad on that platform, threatening all these members of OnSU Gray, just preventing them from being able to move up as comfortably or as quickly as they'd like to do. We do get more Booyah Bomb opportunities, especially with the Aerospray RG, you know, consistently paying that ground, keeping control of mid, having that Booyah Bomb on standby when ready. And it seems like OnSU Gray is ready to play the patient game, clicking these special specials one after the other, slowly trying to push into that platform right here. Falsetto going to go in with the Tetra dualies, use that reef slider here, get the power climb in. However, the follow-up is going to be in shambles right now. No, wait, there is a splashdown on the side from Zoe, slowly trying to move up here. Can they make it to the power climb basket? They can do it, and they manage to steal the lead, Mizuno.
Red coming in clutch. They're sliding into the basket right there with those clams. They had me worried for a second there, Neptune, because I thought with that clock winding down for the basket to close that they weren't able to get it. But somehow, someway, OnSU Gray was able to sneak past Sun God Squad, take back the league, and as we are heading into overtime, Sun God Squad has one last opportunity to pop the clam basket and try to make a shot at claiming the game.
Yeah, definitely. They do have one power climb online. I believe this is the pity one they have. They ultra stamped online here. It's time to go, go, go. Look for that right opportunity with that Toxic Mist and the Booyah Bomb coming out here to slow it down, taking out 3 members of Sun God Squad. It's just Floofy Pup here, ready to make one last hero play, last march towards the basket, but no, the overtime timer is going to hit 0 and giving game number 1 to OnSU Gray.
OnSU Gray just snatching it out of the grasp of Sun God Squad. That just completely came out of nowhere. That was like a whole team effort. They were doing whatever they could to try to get back the clams. And they succeeded.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at these replays right now, you saw Falsetto going in with the Tetra dualies, hitting the reef slider right there, opening up that clam basket right there, leaving Zoe there to clean up on the other side of the platform right there with the custom blaster. You know, those AoE shots are deadly, and they do manage to sneak right in to hold the basket just open enough for Rin to have an opportunity to sneak in clams of their own and get the lead right under their noses, Mizuno.
I was going to say, this replay helps demonstrate how effective their special usage was for that match. You saw right after the triple splashdown on the left side, you see Annabelle with the rain coming in to the basket, and that you could see in that replay members of Sun God Squad having to fan out away from the basket, and that open vulnerability spot allowed Red to come right back in and clutch out for OnSU Gray. What a game that was.
That was crazy. Yeah, I could have said it better myself, Mizuno. Just how you mentioned like specials were being just chained left and right. We saw rain, we saw reef slider, we saw splash out. Everything in the kitchen sink was just tossed in that one last minute. Ready, set, go. Open that basket. Don't care how much time is left in there. It is time to cash in those clams right here. Take that lead and put Sun God Squad back on the back foot there. So yeah, that's a very impressive game, and I think sets quite the tone for the rest of this set.
Tone is so right. I could feel how tense things are going to be, just how close that first match was. I feel like there's going to be a lot of heartbreakers that are going to come our way. And I think Barnacle and Dime might deliver a little bit of pain and sorrow to some of these teams.
Oh, Barnacle and Dime, how a lot of comp players both love and hate you. You love it when you get the lockout, but you hate it when you're the one being locked out. But I can definitely see the back and forth here, especially when teams are very even. And we've shown time and time again, both these teams have amazing defense. They know how to coordinate specials. They know how to move in. So, yeah, both these teams are here. They're in it to win it. What else can I say, Mizuno?
I mean, we could talk about some of the keys to victory and see if they're right on track to what they say that they were going to play. I think that would be a good thing to call out here.
All right, yeah, let's look at this. So I'm going to look at OnSU Gray's keys to victories right now. The first one is using specials in smart ways. I think you could check that one right off the box, Mizuno.
Perfect! They did it, guys. We can all pack up and go home now. OnSU Gray, they did it.
You did one of your keys of victory there. Congratulations. Their second key, maintaining positional advantage. Also another check mark right there, Mizuno. It's like a bingo card. I'm crossing them all off here. I'm waiting for my whole line to cross here.
No kidding. That third point there, keeping comms frequent and effective. Now, we can't obviously see or hear that on our end, but judging how those first 2 points that they were able to tackle in that first game, I think is a pretty clear sign that those mics are hot in that team call.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like the game is going to be starting up soon here. We have Splat Sounds, Barnacle, and Dime here. Let's see if the comps are going to change that much. And I think Onsu Gray is keeping in their same comp, but the Hydra Splatling is coming out on the side of Sun God Squad to anchor down the pushes that Sun God Squad is able to do.
I really like IBA going on this Hydra here on this map. I think that's going to be a nice stiff arm effect that they'll be able to create. And judging from the first game, I think Floofy Pup is going to be someone we're going to have to keep an eye on and see how disruptive that they're going to be during this match.
Disruptive indeed, especially with the Booyah Bomb. We'd love to see the Aerospray. We'd love to see Booyah Bombs consistently output here, as consistently Sun God Squad has been put on the back foot here, but Floofy Pup is looking to change that with the Ultra Step, but unfortunately going to get shut down by Zoe on the Custom Blaster, putting in work on this plat, not getting one, getting two members down, and pushing in Sun God Squad all the way back to their spawn.
Wow, Zoe and Falsetto there teaming up like that to create this like left side peeking effect. Oh my goodness, and the members of Sun God Squad are trapped against Zoe and that Booyah Bomb coming from Rin, I believe that was. What a really strong set of plays there. And all of a sudden, Neptune, the clock is winding down. They only have 25 points remaining.
Yeah, 25 points remaining indeed. This is like what I call the Barnacle and Dime effect, where essentially one team gets such a strong lockout where a lot of points are able to tick down here. It's just basically go, go, go for the enemy team here. They have to break through, have to do something, unfortunately, but a wipeout is going to happen, giving OnSU Gray a clean second game there to their name.
I'm like stunned. Like I just realized like we just blazed through that game in like what, 45 seconds, a minute?
Yep, that is Barnacle and Dime free. You either get the Barnacle or the Dime. Which one's better? You guys decide in the chat.
Can we get a poll going, producers? Do you prefer Barnacle or do you prefer Dime?
I can get something up for you in just a second there, but according to our producers here, I think the Dime is going to be the one winning here.
I mean, I do like that money. I do like that bread, as they say.
Oh man, a little bit of pocket change, a little bit of Barnacle all to go around here. But hey, the one thing OnSU Gray is going to hog is that splat zone there in the last 20 seconds. Like, holy Mizuno, that was just so convincing. You mentioned Falsetto and Zoe just teaming up there, right? This blaster is creating these AoE hitboxes that are just essentially, I feel like, just magnetizing the people, right? You just at the end of the day, it's just they're not going to be able to do much when a giant hitbox is being thrown out there along on the entryways that you need to get back into at the end of the game.
I mean, you couldn't have put it any better than that, Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a dynamic duo type of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's so clean, and I think that's another point to their keys to victory, right? I think they're demonstrating very effective communication, right? Because you can't just read your teammate's mind. As much as you would love that as like a superpower, you have to communicate what you're going to do, and in advance too. You can't just say I'm going to do it and not give your teammate time to come and help you. And that's something that OnSU Gray is excelling at. They are effectively communicating, and it's great to see.
Yeah, 100%. And just they're really good at like just pushing advantage, right? We saw Zoe get that initial pick on the zone like just at the start of the game right there, and then immediately just 2 seconds or 3 seconds later, just I assume the call out was made in VC. Yo, I got one, push up right now, and then you just see the slew of OnSU Gray members swarm that platform, not giving any time for Sun God Squad to breathe in the slightest, in which that just kind of led them to being stuck in their own spawn and unable to find a way to break back in.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about Sun God Squad, because while they had a really strong game one, they kind of seemed to falter a little bit on game two. And to call out their own keys of victory, point number 3, they talked about how they don't want to dwell or linger on their mistakes. I'm sure they're starting to feel a little bit of that heat right now as they're down 2-0 in this match. But I think if they're able to keep their cool and rely on what they know, how well that they work together, and how they utilize specials and play on defense, they still have a very strong chance and a strong standing against this Ohio State University team.
Yeah, definitely, Mizuna. Just not dwelling on your own mistakes is such an important aspect in this game. Like, again, like the mental game is starting here. Oh, we're down 2 games. Like, panic ensues, right? That's the typical water slide effect that happens after you lose 2 games back to back. But instead, Sun God Squad, I imagine they're talking about it just like, hey, that's the nature of Barnacle and Dime right there. It happened. We showed we got at the lead for a significant amount of time on Clan Blitz Inkball Art Academy. Let's see how that'll translate over to tower control on Hagglefish Market there. Mizuno, just definitely want to talk more about these keys to victories here for Sun God Squad as well, especially that first one, which is moving up the specials. And you've seen Floofy Pup consistently popping that Ultra Stamp there, trying to find as many E-picks as possible to move up there. But definitely keep a lookout for other specials coming out there from Sun God Squad.
Indeed. And I think when they're able to utilize those specials effectively, like we saw in game one,
Mm-hmm.
they are a force to reckon with. And I think they just need to continue to enable each other further, right? Not just Floopy
Mm-hmm.
Pup or IBA. It's just one step a little bit further. And then I think it's gonna click and they're going to get it. It's gonna be really good. But we're gonna be heading into game number 3, TC Hagglefish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about this map, to be frank. I have mixed feelings about it.
You have mixed feelings about it? I feel like this is like a very beloved Splatoon 3 map because we always talk about, oh, it's Hallway Simulator or the Tetris Block Simulator map zones combinations, but I feel like Hagglefish, especially on TC, right, where you have 3 lanes. You have the left, middle, and right. I'm pretty sure those are the 3 directions right there from first grade I've learned there, so.
You know you're not directionally challenged like how I am. I'm like, where do I go? What to do? Right? Like that's how I feel in Hagglefish sometimes. No, that's why I feel opinionated about Hagglefish. It's because straight up I get stuck sometimes. And I
Mhm.
think this is where teams are gonna have to be very, very careful with their communication here, right? Because
Yeah,
you have to be
definitely.
you have to be specific on this map. You can't just say like left or right. Like you can, but you gotta be very clear of like what's going to come from where, like offensively or defensively, thinking on the mirror side.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about this
definitely.
map. It's the
Yeah,
communication piece.
definitely. The communication piece is very key here. And one thing I want to talk about is a bit more about is Sun God Squad's keys to victory, especially the second one. They said maintaining in control of the map right there and having a map that's so widely accessible from different angles and areas, having that paint control right there, just be able to move around so quickly. We saw, I believe, 2 shooters as well as a wiper on their comp as well. So as long as they're able to get that paint down and move in effectively, I can see that definitely swinging the advantage in their favor, especially if they bring back the Hydra there to also just provide support on the tower as well as anchor them down.
Agreed. I'm hoping to see that Hydra too. I feel like the Hydra is very underrated, and I think again, like you said, like that staple force, it provides a
Right.
little bit extra that they'll need to enable those crazy frontline shooters just to go
Mm-hmm.
ham, right? To go wild, to go crazy. So I think this would be a really strong match for Sun God Squad,
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
heading into game number 3, which is important here, folks. We're in a best of 9, not a best of 7.
Oh,
So keep
right,
the,
right.
keep those numbers straight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like initially when I was like just watching the streams for like quarterfinals and semifinals, I was just like, wait, why isn't the game over? They got 4-0, right? Like that's the end of the set right there. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's a play all 9 or best of 9 in this case. But CCA tradition, regardless, will happen. Both these teams did agree to the play all 9, and we'll have to just go and see it there, Bazuno. But before then, I do want to bring up some stats on both these teams here, right? So according to my research, right, both these teams have barely lost any games here. OnSU Gray only dropped 2 games this entire season here. So that is an insane record to have, especially in your own division, in your own group as well, including quarterfinals as well. Both these teams only barely dropped 1 or 2 games, with Sun God Squad only dropping 1 entire game this season, not including the 2 games Onsu Gray took off them tonight.
Oop! So we got some powerhouse teams here,
Mm-hmm.
basically putting up their dukes, and like this is like a shakedown.
A shakedown, definitely. Just
This is like a shake.
100%. 100%. It's just going to be one fight after the other. Each moment is going to be very crucial right there. Like, if we talk about just that Inkbot game, right? How quickly the lead just got swapped because nearly every single special just got popped on the platform there on Sun God Squad and just allowed OnSU Gray to be able to just move up effectively and efficiently to be able to swap the lead right there. And the Barnacle and Dime game as well is no exception to this rule, Mizzou. That initial pick and that initial momentum just kind of snowballed all the way into their favor.
Right, exactly. And I feel like we're going to see a couple other games like this as we progress throughout the match. Like, I anticipate, I know we're only on heading into game 3 here, but Rainmaker Manta Maria, I feel is like going to be one of those matches where we're going to take it coast to coast each time a team picks up the Rainmaker, right? Because of how aggressive and how succinct these teams are with knowing what to do, right? For Div 6, these teams are very strong and very experienced. And, you know, judging by the fact that they dropped so few games, they know what to do. They know how this works and how to work together as a team.
Absolutely, Mizzou. Couldn't have said it better myself right there. The coast to coast analogy. Might need to write that one down. I love how that analogy there. But hey, you mentioned Rainmaker Manta Maria as well. That's coming up on game number 4 on the map list right there. And that's going to be very crazy just to be able to take that Rainmaker all the way from mid, right, and shove it all the way to the enemy spawn right there. That is an ordeal and a half that not many teams would be able to handle. But I think these two teams should be able to find some way to just break through and perhaps get even a knockout here. But before then, Tower Control Hagglefish Market, we're finally here.
We're finally here, and I do want to do a disclaimer. I stole the coast to coast line from DRF. I was going to make that known, DRF. It's okay, I promise. I want to make that very clear and transparent. I'm all about transparency here. I stole that blatantly from DRF.
Oh, yeah, and we see all seal things a bit for other commentators here, but hey, focusing on the match right now, 2 members of Sun God Squad already dropped right there, and these comps are absolutely cooking right now, Mizuno.
They are cooking. Can we talk about that sploosh that Sun God Squad is running? I feel like that Cosmo is running specifically. I think that with Floofy Pop is going to be a wild fun time, but not before Zoe's going to get a pop on OnSU's Gray's own blast, Sun God Squad's own blaster there. And Zoe is just going to town right now.
Holy Bazuna, going to town indeed, and going straight to your spawn in your walls. They're everywhere up in Sun God Squad's face right now. That Tower Rider has been uncontested so far here. So much pressure coming out from all the members here. We see the Booyah Bomb come out there earlier, as well as the AoE hitboxes coming out for this custom boss. And it's not even just the AoEs, it's the point blanks. Zoe is hitting those crucial shots, allowing OnSU Gray to be able to move up and take this tower all the way down to 42 points.
Here comes Cosmo now on that stamp. So I believe that's going to be 2 stamps for the side of Sun God Squad, which is going to be very saucy to witness, because I'm just imagining just the constant thumping noises is going to scare the crap out of OnSU Gray.
Oh my goodness, you are right. What's better than 1 Ultra Stamp? 2 Ultra Stamps, and that is the philosophy Sun God Squad has subscribed to when running in and locking in with this comp, especially when 3 members are going down on the side of OnSU Gray, and this first checkpoint is about to be cleared here, Mizuno.
This is what I'm seeing right now. I'm really liking this pincher moment that Floofy Pop and Spaghetti had. And now look how cornered right now OnSU Gray was at that top right area. And there goes Cosmo on that splish, like I called out earlier, going to town. This was a really good pick, and that pick is paying off now. But Sun God Squad just needs just a couple more points, just a little bit more leeway on that tower. But they're 1 point shy. It looks like OnSU Gray is going to finally push out the members of Sun God Squad with that splashdown. Oh my goodness, Neptune.
Yeah, definitely, but Floofy Pup is not going to go down without a fight here, especially on this Ultra Stamp right here. They are cooking, trying to get multiple picks. They are successful in getting 2 members down and securing enough space for their teammates to move up here, especially Cosmo on that sploosh, getting a double here, and is going to have the Ultra Stamp online once again, Mizuno.
But a really good pick by Zoe yet again to not negate that stamp effect from happening. This is just like a constant back and forth right now, Neptune. I can barely keep up.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, the tower is in the favor of Sun God Squad, so they are getting a bit of passive special charge, you know, being able to hit those specials right there, but a DC happen with it! What is going on?
Um,
Uh, um,
um,
okay, you know what? I knew these teams were gonna leave me speechless, Mizuno, but not in this way.
um, um, I,
Yeah,
I how is this possible?
I'm not 100% sure because the host is still intact. 2 minutes were both on the clock there, and both teams were past the 50-point mark here. So I guess they're going to have to play this one out. We'll check with the rulebook a little bit later here, but the lead manages to get up already as OnSU Gray has only one member to their name in Spaghetti on this shot, who are the last lines of defense for this thing. But no, unfortunately, the one-man wipeout is going to happen here. Unfortunate, Mizuno.
Oh man, oh no, one person down, they wiped. This is are we in like the Twilight Zone for like right now? Like this is so strange to me. Like
Oh my goodness.
this
First,
shouldn't be happening, but it is.
yeah, definitely. This is honestly one of the strangest moments in Splatoon history that you will ever see here. You know, CCA is here to give you and deliver the Splatoon content and that you won't be able to see anywhere else. And I guess this is the unconventional way of fulfilling that here.
Yeah, yeah, you said it there, Neptune.
Okay, you know what? We'll have to check out the rule book there a little bit here, but in my current knowledge of the rule book, I think it's going to go to 3-0 for Onsu Gray, given the time and circumstances in which they need to play it out all the way there.
Yeah.
That's a head scratcher, Mizuno. As you said, Twilight Zone episode featuring Splatoon and Splatoon 2, and Splatoon 3 now joins the fray.
Oh, this is why we are TOs, yes. Well, folks, we'll let them read the rule book and kind of get sorted here. But hey, before that happened, it was like the snap. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like the snap, right? It was like the snap, but worse.
Well, maybe there are some other forces here, and that those other forces just decided to snap right there, and we just instantly saw just not one, not two, but I believe 5 players removed all at once. It's like a game of Mario Party. They just got all eliminated all at once.
Like yes, it was like a game of Mario Party. Do you remember Mario Party 7 where you can play with 8 people? It was like that. And it's like you're playing like a battle mini game or whatever, and you gotta knock everyone out or something. That's what it reminds me of.
Speaking of Mario Party stuff, I do remember that one jump rope game. It's all 8 people there, and I think one time my mom called me when all my friends were playing right there, and literally all of us turned around and we just all got swept up by the jump rope right there. Oh my goodness, Mario Party memories. We all have them. We all love them here, and I'm sure these players right here are going to have one memory for the scrapbook here. They get to tell all their friends that, hey, this happened to me when I played CCA Season 5.
No, for real. I was just going to say, you had 7 other friends to play Mario Party 7 with? That is incredible in of itself.
It was a birthday party. That's all I got to say.
It's the birthday party.
What? I swear, the birthday parties always bring out this strange in people's behavior, the strangest in games, and I guess maybe it's someone's birthday today. That this is their way of just saying, "Hey, it's your birthday. We're gonna have something special happen. We're gonna have 5 people just kidding."
Yeah, special. All right, DC's. No, not on Splatoon netcode. Absolutely not. That was foul. But hopefully we won't see that again. God forbid, Lord forbid above. That would be really unfortunate because we want to have good games here at the CCA, you know?
Yep. I'm also just like reading a little bit on like the status report. Our producers as well as the players are working to get everything back or as fast as possible here. But you know what's going to be happening, Mizuno? I did just get word from the voices in my head that we are going to be replaying that match one more time here. So yes, let's bring it back to Hagglefish TC once again. Both teams will be neck and neck. Back again. More action here, Mizuno. Oh boy. Action episode start.
Thank goodness. Press play. Netflix, transition goes out. Press play, please, because after, I mean, but even before the snap happened, right? That was such a close and intense match. It literally could have gone either way. Both of those teams were neck and neck
Mhm.
at like the point right before the last checkpoint where things get really stuck and like the tower, like you gotta like
Mhm.
shove that tower through the path if you wanted to get it through. And they were at that point. It's like, you know, at like when it's like you're running a marathon and you're at mile 20 and you are
Mhm.
gassed and you have to get one more barrier to go
Yeah.
through to finish the last 6 miles, then you're fine. That's what both of those teams were at right now.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Yeah.
you know what? Let's bring up the stats, honestly. Why not? Because our producers are so cool and they prepared so much for this. So Neptune, let's talk a little bit about the stats so far as we are currently heading into game 3 of this match.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing I want to point out here is just the number of splats from OnSU Gray's side. It just seems like, especially from that Barnacle and Dime game, right? It added quite a bit to that counter there because not only did they get the initial push right there, but they also got the really good lockout there, leading to so many more splats on their sides here. But a collective 59 splats, and it's just 2 games, Mizuno. That is absolutely wild.
The thing that I'm looking at right now is specials, number of specials.
Mm-hmm.
Sunquad Squad is leading versus ONSU Gray. So I wonder what type of story does that tell, right? Does that mean that ONSU Gray is more effective with their specials and not needing as many? Because actually, you know what, that might be the case because they have
Mm-hmm.
higher output, paint output versus Sunquad Squad. So I would
Yeah.
say they would be probably they've been really effective with their specials rather than just using them and like just grinding for them. You know, I think that's the
Yeah.
kind of story I'm seeing.
Yeah, definitely. Where it feels like on Sun God Squad side, it just seems like the second a special's ready, they are ready to just go use it to try and secure picks, right? We've seen like Ultra Stamp, especially on the side of Sun God Squad, and it's typically a very selfish special. And the way I was told, right, to use it the most effectively is to just cause as much chaos as possible. And whether that includes getting picks, whether it includes popping the Rainmaker shield, the use case and applications of Ultra Stamp just come from the what was it? Using it at the right time at the right place to secure multiple picks, and it seems like that's what they were able to do as well, Mizuno.
No, I really like that actually. Like
Mm-hmm.
having like the stamp be a disruptive special. I think as we both of these teams gear up, and Sunguad Squad, as we know, are going to run the same comp with 2 stamps. You know, what does that mean? Is that going to be very effective for them as we head into the second half of the match? Or is that going to be something that's a detriment to them, as we saw with their pain count earlier?
Yeah,
Nonetheless, we're back at it
definitely.
again, Neptune.
We're back here once again. Tower control hagglefish. Take 2 electric boogaloo.
Yes.
We've already opening up here on the side right here. Multiple members are going down right here, and it currently just seems to be looking for an opportunity to just get an insane push from one side to the other here. As Zoe is able to outdo that range plaza, outdo one of the other members, but not going to shut down Floofy Pup on the Ultra Stamp.
These teams are doing so much right now, and there's not enough time to actually talk about it. Rin with that, I see you, Rin, with the Booyah next to Zoe to bring them in and draw them in on that left side of the map against Sunquad Squad was very clean and very effective communication right there. I love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. You also got to give it up to Cosmo as well as I believe Spaghetti working together with the Trizuka and the Ultra Stamp to push that Ultra Stamp forward as well and put a lot of pressure here. But one thing I got to note right now, Mizuno, the tower has barely moved. It's been 1 minute.
Yes, you're so right. They're just inching it forward, and like these teams are just at each other's throats, just like barking and yapping away at each other. And it's really interesting to see because I think these teams have kind of gauged how strong they are and are just able to go at it, right? It's really interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the live stats up there. Floofy Pup going from 6 specials to 7 right here, ready to break that Booyah Bomb arm, but unfortunately going to run out of ink just at the moment they're about to secure this kill here. But it seems like 2 members of OnSU Gray is going to go down to the Ultra Stamp as well right here. Live and die by the hammer. That is the rule that in law that they are playing by Mizuno.
Indeed. And Annabin is in a very saucy spot right now on that left side of the map. And now all of a sudden the tower 3 down on the side of Sunquad Squad. tower is moving back to its place in the middle of the map, and ONSU Gray is looking to make some moves here on this map.
Moves they shall make indeed, especially with that Reef Slider on the on the board here, isolating Floofy Pup, allowing the to be picked off by one of their teammates, and Falsetto right here, making it so difficult for that Range Blaster to hit them. The Tetradulius has 4 dodge rolls. You see them tap, 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 all coming out at one time, making it super hard for Esper Buds to keep up right there. Just the momentum in that's coming out from OnSU Gray is just absolutely insane, Mizuno.
Indeed. We saw a really interesting dynamic going on with OnSU Gray taking a 2v1 against Floofy Puppet. Oh my goodness, there's just a bloodbath happening in just that left corner on OnSU Gray's side of the map, as Rin is the last one alive in that scuffle, looking to get some more paint on the ground, but is taken out by Esper Buds, getting 2 really nice picks here as all the members of Sunquan Squad zone in on that last OnSU Gray member. And oh my goodness, Neptune, this game is just wild right now.
It is wild indeed. 3 minutes have passed on this clock right here, and just right now, neither team has been able to push it past the first checkpoint right here. Floofy Pup is currently riding tower here. It's a little bit of an odd position for a wiper to be in, you know, be the tower right, rather being the one to push up right here. But no, the teammates are going to be able to try to clean up right there. Cosmo going to be the only one alive with the Sploosh-O-Matic, trying to get out as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, going to get stuffed out and hunted down by all the members of OnSU Grid that are alive right now. And this is where it starts to get scary, Mizuno. Multiple specials are online, and they are going to be clicked.
And they're going to be clicked indeed. Floofy Pup trying to come in with a flank, but not until Zoe has something to say about it with that splashdown. That has caused enough distraction, though, for ONSU Gray to slowly inch that tower, barely past this checkpoint here. The checkpoint is slowly winding down as Zoe's putting on some more pressure on this left side, looking to get a pick. 1 pick down. 2 picks down, looking to get a third with Spaghetti on this Trizuka, but is just unable to at this moment, as it looks like the Spaghetti's finally pushed back, and here comes ONSU Gray as they make it to this next checkpoint.
Yeah, definitely. Quite the amazing chain of specials that happened right there that just allowed everyone on OnSU Gray to be able to push up and take control of that plat area. Splashdown coming out right there, taking down on the sploosh from the side of Sun God Squad, allowing that tower to take even further down right here. Finally, a significant push has been made right here. Breaking through that second checkpoint is no easy feat right here, but it's not all sunshines and rainbows here, as Floofy Pup is going to try and get on tower, consistently staying alive, swish swashing with that wiper right now, consistently dodging side to side here and living through that entire ordeal, Mizuno.
Really good play by Floofy Pup to kind of get that distraction going to allow Cosmo and Esper Buds to get back into the game here. Cosmo's going to make a sneaky play here on the sploosh, but is unable to get very far as Zoe and Annabelle is able to call them out. Really good play and moment there as we are heading into overtime, and all of a sudden we are not in overtime anymore. ONSU Gray is able to take that one cleanly. 3-0.
Oh my goodness. Overtime, more like no time. Am I right, Mizuno?
Oh God, help us all.
Well, OnSU Gray definitely just wanted to shut that down really quick here. But before that, we talk about that ending here. We gotta talk about this push, Mizuno, and how amazing it was from OnSU Gray's side.
A lot of it had to do with enabling Zoe to get in the right pressure spots, right? You saw Rin with that Booyah in tandem with Zoe's area, what is it, AoE, area of effect, blaster radius coming in as well on these ledges. That helps a ton, creates so much pressure on the members of Sunquan Squad. And it's just a really good play. And ONSU Gray is able to enable a player like Zoe to get the job done. I mean, really good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And when you have such a powerful weapon, such as the Vanilla Blaster, I feel like a lot of people underestimate the Vanilla Blaster. You know, when we talk about blasters, it's usually the Rapid Deco that comes into this consideration, the Range Blaster, the Long Range Rapid Blaster, just everything else except the Vanilla Blaster. But people forget, and when people forget, they instantly realize how great of a weapon it is when it's in the right hands, especially Zoe's hands.
In Zoe's hands, they trust. ONSU trusts. But nonetheless, Sunquan Squad, they had still a really good game there, right? They were able to allow Cosmo to cause some trouble and Floofy Pup some trouble. But I feel like they had too much trouble going on, right? I think we kind of talked a little bit about how the stamp can be very disruptive at the right place, the right time, the right moment. You mentioned that,
Mhm.
Neptune. That's a really
Yeah.
good point, and how it can be portrayed as a very selfish special. I'm
Mhm.
wondering if that seemed to kind of play into that a little bit for that match.
Yeah, definitely. You saw it just being popped willy nilly and trying to like get multiple people down, but it just seems like every time Stamp came out right there, it just wasn't enough to secure a considerable lead right there. And definitely, just I'm curious to see if it will be coming back on the next map mode, which is Rainmaker Manta Maria. Which this is the best mode for Ultra Stamp because that instant pops the shield and can cause so much havoc and chaos as necessary to be able to push that Rainmaker forward.
Ooh, you make a good point there, because
Mm-hmm.
like it is, especially with the alleyways. I feel in
Mm-hmm.
Manta Maria, that L shape going on. By the bunker, I feel like that's a really strong area where you can utilize that stamper, and I can see that working out for Sun God Squad. I can definitely
Yeah.
see it.
Okay. Speaking of Sun God Squad, just before or that, Mizuno, I have to play devil's advocate here and
Uh-huh.
just talk a little bit about Onsu right there. According to our stats people, that game Zoe dropped 28 KA. What the heck are they on? What are they drinking? What's their regimen? Sit ups, push ups, juice? Well, I need to know.
I have the answer for you. It's Bitcoin.
It's Bitcoin. Oh
It's Bitcoin.
no.
If you know what happened last weekend, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh
The
my
power of
goodness.
Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and singing. Anyways, folks, game for Rainmaker Manta Maria. OnSU Gray is actually switching up a little bit with Zoe on the Clash Blaster now. Lord save us all. And Sunquad Squad actually making some slight tweaks, bringing out that Splattershot Jr. and the 96 Gal, which I really like to see.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the 96 gal is quite an interesting pick for Rainmaker, as the Kraken is typically not seen as something that's able to do anything mainly with the Rainmaker, because the second you pick it up, you instantly transform back into the Squid or the Eocto, holding that Rainmaker right now. But right now, it just seems to be a giant bloodbath here, with Spaghetti getting multiple picks here, allowing Esper Buds to move in with this Kraken here, trying to move people ahead as well as secure a path forward for that Rainmaker before they pick it up right now. It's already a minute in, and now the Rainmaker is picked up, Mizuno.
I really liked Esper Bud's play there that you just mentioned with the Kraken being able to make some more space, and then just because they use their special, they can come back to the Rainmaker and hold on to it while their teammates. Oh, that was a saucy splat. I think Cosmo was able to get that splat there, and Cosmo leads the way for Esper Buds to capture the first podium checkpoint here. Anyways, Esper Buds making a really good play there.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really good play from Buds. And right now, this Rainmaker is popped. It is ready for the taking right now. It's only going to be Zoe on this Clash Bastard, slowly going to be chipping away at the Rainmaker, as it's already picked up and pushed down to 45, Mizuno. That is still a lead, and a lead you will take if you are Sun God Squad.
A respectable lead, but anything can happen in Rainmaker Banta. Source, I know. And there is still plenty of time in this game for OnSU Gray to cause some chaos. Oh my goodness, Neptune! Where did Spaghetti come from? What just
Sp-
happened?
I don't know what type of spaghetti it was. It's not egg spaghetti, I can confirm that much. But hey, they're able to slip past those who Gray's defense right there by popping that Rainmaker and just running it forward all the way down to 17 points right there. That is a near knockout winning condition for her Sun God Squad right now. So all they need to do is play defense, but it's not going to be enough, especially when Zoe pops Trizuka and is able to push through and get multiple members of Sun God Squad down.
This is a very scary situation right now as Annabin is able to clutch out that first podium, trying to get a pick off of Floofy Pup, but is unsuccessful as Sunquad Squad is looking to get some members of OnSU Gray out of their bunker, and it's just Floofy Pup against the world right now, and Floofy Pup is able to fight back on the Rainmaker, but the Rainmaker shield is getting them!
Oh no, wait, but the Rainmaker shield is still popped in Sun God's favor, so the paint is still in control of their street right now. The splash wall is down, coming out from 96 Deco as well to slow down this push right now. But Falsetto is going to try and do the flank of all flanks right now, but unfortunately going to get shut down by Sun God Squad members here, allowing enough time for the Rainmaker to reset and alleviate a lot of the pressure Sun God Squad was feeling.
Man, I mean, just wow.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I spoke too. I immediately start to talk, and all of a sudden, someone DCs. Well,
Oh
unfortunately,
my
this is not
goodness.
eligible for a replay per the rules. I know that for sure as a TO. So, unfortunately, Sunquad Squad is going to have to try to muster up whatever they can to. Well, unfortunately, they just had the
Wait.
Rainmaker thing. Wait a minute. Oh,
Wait, is it possible? Wait, Falsetto barely grabs the Rainmaker, but is able to knock it out there. Okay, I thought something saucy was happening there with the Booyah Bomb immediately, the Booyah Bomb user immediately
right.
dying to the Rainmaker pop there. That was quite an interesting interaction. I don't see every single day. But I think we're ready to dub this event as the CCA Purge, Mizuno, the DCs that are consistently happening here.
Right. My goodness. That DC could not have come at the worst time imaginable, right? Because Sunquad Squad had a very decent lead, right? A 17 pointer on Rainmaker Manta is nothing to sneeze at, and
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate, right? It's tough to witness.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate indeed, Mizuno, but keep in mind, this is the team that submitted don't dwell on mistakes or past problems, right? That has happened, right? This is a team that is very familiar. They're willing to just like talk about it as a team, learn from them, and focus on bouncing back, especially, right? Even though they're three down, that was such a convincing defense, as well as that initial push right there from Sun God Squad. I imagine that this isn't like completely all doom and gloom, especially when there's more games to be played, as you need 5 games to be able to win this best of 9 set.
Right, exactly. And even if the DC didn't occur, this would have still been a really competitive match for Sunquad Squad to still take. That 17, while we did see Spaghetti kind of slip that through, I think it helps demonstrate that Sunquad Squad has really good situational awareness to realize the good opportunities to just run and gun it, right? You can't just run and gun it all willy-nilly. You need to find the right time to run and gun it. And Sunquad Squad is able to recognize that and enable that. So I would argue, even though it looks grim right now, the sky is cloudy and gray. I get it. The sky looks cloudy and gray right now. I think Sunquad Squad is still able to shine on through.
Oh man, I thought that was a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs reference because there's a player called Spaghetti on the enemy team, or one of the teams right there. So I thought that's what you were referencing. But you know what? Gray clouds work. Both the reference works both ways, any way you look at it. But
I was trying to do, team names, are playing off different colors, and I made an effort. I'm trying to sound cool, but clearly not cool enough in Neptune's eyes.
Okay, you know what? Let's redub it. Okay, we'll call it OnSU Gray with a side of spaghetti. All right. Therefore, it all makes sense, just at least in my little eyes.
It does. It does. Oh, but wait. It's speaking of spaghetti. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Guess what the next game is on?
Is it Robo Ramen? We get to have Japanese spaghetti?
We do. We do.
Oh, yippee, yippee. I love Robo Ramen here. One of my favorite map mode combinations that are going up here with Clan Blitz here. Both these teams have had quite an interesting in Clan Blitz game, especially for game 1 on Inkblot. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be able to translate onto a map that's just as fluid and allowing both teams to play either game that they want to play and allow them to push up the way they want to. So yeah, that's going to be quite the match, Mizuno.
I'm really excited because my opinions on Robo Ramen have flipped. Honestly, I used to kind of think Robo Ramen was kind of awkward to play on at first, just because you have just like this wide open expanse area, and it's kind of awkward to get to those bottom not ramps. I'd say the bottom floor areas and kind of use that effectively. But I think both of these teams are very experienced to enable that, unlike myself. So I think both of these teams will have really good opportunities to have some really sneaky plays. Like if we can get some action going from Cosmo, or some action going with Esper Buds, I think that would be really exciting for Sunquad Squad to get something going there and get them back into this match.
Yeah, definitely, Mizuno. And the reason why I think Robo Ramen is such an interesting map mode combination because it reminds me of a previous map mode combination in Muscle Forge from Splatoon 2, right? You know, you have those drop areas, right? You have those areas that go along the side that allow you to have those flanks that are very committal, but they can pay off pretty hard. You have inkable walls you're able to swim up as well, and well as pushing into the enemy spawn, you have to go through a significant choke point to be able to make it easier for yourself. So I think both veterans and newcomers alike are going to be able to slug it out here on Robo Ramen really effectively here. So
No, for real. I'm really excited, especially since after that first game, I think both of these teams have kind of got a feel for each other and how they play and how they kind of get situated, how they like to play and how they like to play, right? Like we kind of I think we're going to know the type of opening that both of these teams are going to have is going to be very bloodbath heavy. It's not going to be objective heavy or kind of setting the scene. It's going to be like just at each other's throats, just like chop, 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 slice, 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 switch, 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 if you will.
Swish, 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 wash, wash, wash. That is patented by Keon, by the way. I forgot to mention and give credit where credit was due here, but hey, the game is going to be starting up here, Mizuno, and let's see these comps once again here. Coming out from OnSU Great seems to be a familiar side here, as well as the same comp we saw in Game 1 for both teams.
I really like this. I think IBA back on the glues is a really good call. And having Cosmo on something that's still that can still be aggressive, but also provide a little bit more leeway for Floopy Pup and for Spaghetti, I think would be really valuable. But man, look at OSU on to a really strong start with Falsetto, able to get a nice 1v1 W there.
Oh yeah, not just a 1v1W, but two 1v1Ws. Okay, you know what? Might as well be a 1v2 win here. But hey, they're gonna be just another win here. Falsetto adding to their collection slowly but surely, using the Tetra's full kit to their capabilities here and allowing their team to get set up here to throw that Booyah Bomb and just get a power clamp in. This is such a crazy momentum here coming out from OnSU here, Mizuno.
Indeed, and all of a sudden, just like that, the script has flipped a bit, and now Sunguan Squad is able to push back the members of OnSU Gray back to mid, kind of back into their little area, that little corner there. You see Annabin and Falsetto kind of squished on this left side, as it looks like Cosmo and Spaghetti are looking to help a pincer opportunity in a way. And again, this is, like I said earlier, this is just a constant back and forth bloodbath.
Yeah, definitely. And Floopy Pup is looking to break that the bloodbath by taking all the blood all at once here with Ultra Step. But unfortunately, not going to be able to find anyone currently. But hey, they are going to track down Rin, hunt them down all the way on that right side corner there, and looking to get closer into the enemy base here. About Falsetto coming from various directions that I can't quite even perceive, manages to reef slider behind them and find a pick, Mizuno.
Find a pick, so I guess you are directionally challenged there now, too. Sorry, that was a terrible callback. That was a very terrible callback. Nonetheless, we see IPA able to get a nice clean pick, looking to find another one on Rin, unsuccessful as they dodge roll their way back to the safety of their teammates. Rin from OnSU Gray is able to pop that Booyah Bomb, not before Floofy Pup is going to get a spawn Annabit. Again, this is just a constant back and forth, give and take, and Sogwat Spawn is on the move with Spaghetti on this Trizuka, taking names right now.
Definitely. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. The Trizuka is going to find you, and find you indeed there. But unfortunately, it seems like every time a team gets the choke point and manages to get such unstoppable momentum, something happens that just doesn't allow that to happen. It just goes to show how great a defense both these teams are playing here.
Right, exactly. I think Sunquad Squad was able to make that offensive play slightly better because they were looking a little bit more at sustainability. I think they were able to back away slightly a little bit faster and sooner than when OnSU Gray was trying to make that push earlier. Nonetheless, Falsetto is getting really aggressive here on this dualies, and looks like they have their Reef Slider online, ready to launch and go. Here they go, not before Spaghetti is able to take them down.
Aw, man. All the pasta, but no spaghetti right there, unfortunately, for your Falsetto right there. But Floofy Pup going to retaliate back by throwing that hammer all the way in onto Gray's base and finding another pick right here. They don't have a power climb to their name yet, but they are slowly getting it back. Floofy Pup is slowly backing up, baiting Zoe into the torpedo and getting the pick right here. This is huge for Floofy Pup and Sun God Squad as a whole to be able to get to the enemy base here and break through once again and break that Clan Blitz curse that is already happening and been in effect for nearly 4 minutes.
You can see that SunGod Squad right now is playing a little bit more patiently, right? You saw that they first tackled that right side, then the left side with that Floofy Pup assist, right? And here comes Floofy Pup again, getting 2 really big picks right there. Looking to get a third. Is able to get the third on falsetto. And now Floofy Pup is going to run away with this ball and is able to pop the basket with 1 minute left to go, Neptune.
Oh my goodness, that Floofy Pup is going absolutely insane there on the Ultra Step, finding not 1, not 2, but 3 picks already on the board there, and getting the Power Clam in just before it expired from one of their teammates to be able to score, breaking the Clan Blitz curse right here, giving SunGod Squad the lead here. Now it is just a matter of holding that defense or finding a way in to that choke point once again, Mizuno.
Right, and this is going to be a really interesting balancing act, right? Do you go for it or do you play it safe? And with only 30 seconds left on the clock, I think SunGod Squad is going to have to commit to something and stick with that commitment. They cannot be wishy-washy or they cannot bend to that commitment at all because they risk a lack of communication, and that can easily turn the tide of this entire match.
100% right now. I'm not sure if okay, Power Clam is still in play right there. I believe it's still picked up. Yes, it's picked up by Rin, I believe, on the side of OnSU Gray here as they're ready to mount a push right here with this Booyah Bomb. Rin is going to try and run in right here, but the biggest problem with trying to run in with the Booyah Bomb on Clan Blitz is you got a giant tracker on your face right there that is asking for you to get shot at, and that's what SunGod Squad is going to do, shutting down that entire push here, giving them game number 5. Putting them on the scoreboard.
Neptune, I think it's time. I know some folks sometimes use this word incorrectly in the Splatoon community, but I hope that I'm using it right tonight when I say reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep? Question mark? Okay, maybe another question mark there. Maybe chat can add a third one for me there, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be happening here. But it is in the realm of possibilities here, especially when we look at these replays, Mizuno.
With these replays, it was so crucial that SunGod Squad play this right. If you think about it, they are down in the entire match, with the whole match on the line, and they needed to play this smart. And with Floofy Pup getting a very open opportunity and not hesitating at all to just go in and pop that clam basket, was the right type of call to make in that moment. And props to Floofy Pup and the rest of the members for keeping their cool in this specific game.
Yeah, definitely. Just such a fantastic burst from from SunGod Squad there. But hey, let's look at these stats here once again, Mizuno. And the splats to death ratio unfortunately falls under 1 for SunGod Squad as they get 77 splats over 78 deaths right there. So something is going on right there, Mizuno. Care to explain what is going on?
Interesting. Actually, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm gonna be frank with you because
I have a working theory, Mizuno, if you're willing to hear me out here.
No, I'm because my focus immediately went down to the paint. That's why I immediately went to the paint as the bigger story, personally. Right. So tell me what your working theory is.
Okay, my working theory is they're stacking QR, right? You know, Wiper is one of those weapons that just loves to run lots of QR. It's not a very how do I say, gear dependent weapon, right? So it's often just able to run in and do stuff and occasionally pop off there, or especially in the hands of a competent player, right? But tell me about your paint theory, actually. What is the paint theory, Mizuno?
The paint theory is that because primarily the types of special that SunGod Squad is running, they are not going to be having these opportunities where they can continuously have that special momentum. So with OnSU Gray having more paint, more specials, right? So with the slightly paint heavy comp that OnSU Gray is able to run versus, say, SunGod Squad, when they were running things like Gluga, Gal, you could argue that Wiper isn't as paint expansive as some of the other weapons that they run on this team. I think it kind of makes sense that this trend line shows OnSU Gray's high paint output, more special output and usage. This got a very clear story there for OnSU Gray, the type of weapons that they play. So it's very interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely, Mizuno. The paint theory makes so much more sense right now. If there was a philosophy every Splatoon player has subscribed to, is "Thou shall paint for thy specials," and they indeed do that with OnSU Gray, consistently showing in the stats. Proof is in the pudding right there. That more paint equals more specials equals more ability to be able to push the objective.
Right, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't deter in any way the efforts of Sun God Squad, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a way of telling the story, right?
Yep.
The story could be totally different when we're, 7 games in. We're heading into game number 6 right now. And the difference between game 6, 7, and potentially 8, or
Mm-hmm.
like you're going to start to see a very different story starting to unfold here as we head into that next game. Splat zones on good grief. Mahi Mahi. This is going to be quite the scramble here.
A scramble it will be indeed. There's quite a lot of painting power on both sides there, but also great again having the arrow spray there as well as the custom jet squelcher there to maintain paint in the zone both at a close and long range distance as well right here. So it's going to be Sun God Squad needing to push the envelope with their more mobile and shorter range weapons right there, but unfortunately are going to be going down to multiple specials as well as bombs coming out from both sides.
That Booyah Bomb from Rin was a very determinant factor for how quickly Sungwon Squad's dominoes just seemed to fall, right? You kind of just saw how cornered they got, and that was because OnSU Gray's paint output, right? We just mentioned earlier, really high paint output, really strong special utilization, and that's a lot due to the fact that they're running the golden arrow spray and the jet squelcher with that rain. So there's just a constant churn of paint, and you can see here Falsetto putting in the work right now, getting 2 really nice picks, and all of a sudden, OnSU Gray is looking to take this entire match. Neptune.
Holy, yeah, definitely. Just the entire match, indeed. They're not going to settle for just 1 game win or 4 game wins. They want this entire set right here. And Floofy Pup is caught in a corner right here and going to be hunted down by all the members that try. Zuka comes out finding 2 members right there. This is a go time for Sun God Squad. They need to be able to cap the zone. They need to shut down that Aerospray here. But hey, the bubble coming out from Cosmo right here, as well as the junior painting zone, is going to secure it. They are still in this, Mizuno.
They're still in this, and Cosmo had a lot to do with that. That junior paint output plus the bubble protection was crucial in containing that zone and flipping the switch into their favor. And this is the domino effect that Sun God Squad needed with 3 members down of OnSU Gray. Ooh, Neptune, this is going to get good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good here. If you said a domino effect before, maybe you get some Domino's pizza because this is gonna be a long match right here, just already with multiple teams just trying to push in. Zoe is not gonna be able to go in as far as they want to, especially when they get popped by the splat bomb right here. The Booyah bomb and the rain comes out here to cap zone here, and this is gonna be quite the cat and mouse game, is it? Because also Great has so many specials and so many weapons to just power through and cap that zone right now. It has to be Sun God Squad continuously getting these picks right here to be able to hold control of the zone right now.
No kidding. And you just saw there, I think it was Floofy Pup and Cosmo, or Cosmo and one other, maybe IPA, getting a really nice pick on the dualies. This is the type of teamwork and effort. The Sun God Squad has found their footing as now OSU Gray's trying to throw the kitchen sink, everything, both the splashdown and the Booyah Bomb to try to secure the zone. And somehow Sun God Squad is still able to at least flip it back into their favor.
Yeah, definitely. The reset there is going to add quite a number of bit of penalty points there for Sun God Squad, needing to be able to not only take back the zone, but the members walking around it here. So, unfortunately, Floofy Pup is going to be created down with the Ink Storm right there. Rain in not to rain on their parade, but unfortunately, Isonzu Gray is going to be able to take that and looking to take this zone right here, Mizuno.
And they've been just dropping in a bit too early. I think they were waiting for their teammates, but I think they got a little bit too antsy as they were getting snuffed out by Spaghetti, I believe it was. And Sunquad Squad is looking very strong right now. They're playing a very patient game because I can imagine how jittery they must be right now in this mindset of like, take the zone, but get the splat. Take the zone, but get the splat. And they're playing babysitter right now on the zone, and they're doing a very good job of it considering how much is on the line right now.
Yeah, definitely here. And they need the members alive to be able to continuously cap the zone right now. Reef Cheese is on the table there with the Dark Tetra dualies right here. They also have the Aerospray continuously pushing members of Sun God Squad back. They just don't have the range on their weaponry to be able to paint safely from a distance on top of the zone right there. But Spaghetti able to find one pick with that Zuka. They're taking one of the three members down from OnSU Gray right now. And it's just going to be Annabin left on this there. I believe, is that their side of the platform? Wait.
Wait, I that's Sunguat Squad. Oh my god, our producer rightfully points out that it's Sunguat Squad at the map, so somehow Annabeth has flanked behind them onto their own and that play just effectively just shut down Sunguat Squad. Oh my god.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness, Mizuno that was such a crazy and daring play from what was it, the Jet Squelcher on OnSU Gray's side? Yeah, Annabeth just doing a fantastic job right there, taking such unconventional plays that Sun God Squad isn't going to be able to expect it. I couldn't have expected it. You guys on Twitch chat certainly could have seen this there, but no, it's still in the last minute here, or last 30 seconds, just Sun God Squad manages recap zone, and now we get to see the same song and dance here, Mizuno, one last time here as we head into overtime.
They have to play this very carefully and very safely, but not if OnSU Gray has something to say about it. That splashdown just effectively sealed the deal. And with that being said, after such a close fight from Sun God Squad, OnSU Gray out of The Ohio State University has officially punched their ticket to Grand Finals in Division 6.
Oh my goodness. Punching that ticket indeed to Grand Finals there. Congratulations, OnSU Gray, right now. Just, you got to be feeling really good about yourselves heading into this game right here, because you took down another statistical titan that was Sun God Squad as well, and definitely proved yourselves why you should be playing in Division 6 Finals of CCA Season 5.
No kidding. And this standout play right here from Annabeth, the play that no one and their mother could ever expect. The Jet Squelcher on their own side of the map, on their own side of, what would you call that? Like tower or?
I guess snipe, but yeah, I typically call this area snipe, right? Yeah, because
on their own snipe. Like, that is mind-boggling. Like, that, and Annabeth to play very patiently and wait for the right moment to drop, because as someone who is very antsy and eager, I would be the first one down there to be like, surprise, and just go at it. But no, Annabeth played a very patient waiting game here. Like, imagine how tempting this must be, right?
Honestly, yeah.
But they still held strong.
Yeah, definitely. As you said before, as a frontline player, I just want to hit the go button, go. But no, Annabeth showing just amazing patience there, popping down exactly with the specials of their teammates right there. One of their keys to victory, using specials in smart ways. The specials that are popping out from the front side are causing a distraction, and while that distraction is going on, Annabeth is on top of the snipe, ready to drop down, provide that paint support that they need, and that additional chip damage to finish off any Sun God Squad members there, and just getting the wipe out there. Just ABCED, just a beautiful song and dance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stunned. I couldn't believe it, right? Like, I literally called out in the middle of the game, like, wait, no way. And then our producer, thankfully, in our the producer in our mind goes, yes, that is Sun God Squad's own side of the map. And I'm like, holy moly, how insane is that? Like, in that moment, it didn't click, and then now it clicked.
Yeah, I was like thinking about it, just like, wait, why are you just standing on your side of the snipe? And then I realized, wait a minute, it's not your snipe, it's their snipe. Oh my goodness, they're just such crazy plays right here. But we are going to be doing the CCA tradition, Mizuno. This is one of my favorites. We play all the games left in the set here just for additional practice and sportsmanship here. So we still got more Splatoon to play tonight.
Thank goodness, because these two teams are so fun to watch. I mean, every single game, I think barring Barnacle and Dime, has been neck and neck, back and forth, tight as can be. And it's been such a joy to watch because these two teams are so strong and know how to play to their strengths. And let's take a look a bit more at the stats now. This is the final stats outlook for this match. And the story seems very clear considering the outcome, right? We talk about paint and special output can lead to objectivity and to just more control, more movement. more mobility, all that good, fun buzzword stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And you see OnSU Gray having a very convincing paint and lead as well as a special lead there. You saw nearly the special difference between Sun God Squad and OnSU Gray is like is I believe 20 there. Yeah, I could do first grade math there. Okay, 79 minus 59 right there. Okay, you know what? We are cooking right now with the math and statistics right now. But hey, both these teams are also going to be cooking as well as the Luna Blaster comes out from the side of OnSU Gray and the Reef Lux is coming out from the guy Sun God Squad.
Shout outs to Ren for rocking the Forge Pro, my beloved. Oh, how I miss you. What a fun weapon. So shout outs to you, Ren, for running that. But as we head into this friendlies play all nine now. We're gonna see the Forge Pro sadly going down because unfortunately the Forge Pro just has some really sad moments. And you see Cosmo here trying to get some paint with that reflux because the reflux just knows how to paint.
100% there. Reflex consistently painting, trying to get those stat numbers. So I imagine they popped into stream, saw the stat numbers, like, hang on, let's fix this a little bit here, and let's get some good painting goods like the Reflex here already on the board here. But no, it's gonna be Zoe here pressuring these ledges right here with the Luna Blaster, doing exactly what it wants to do right here, looking to get 2 picks, also gets to jump as well, and looking to get even more here. Zoe E cannot be stopped here, especially when on this Ultra Stamp Mizuno.
No kidding. Zoe saw the stats that we were showing earlier. It was like, let me increase that splash real quick. And there's Falsetto saying, no, it is my turn now. Able to get a clean 2 right there with that Reef Slider. That was such a saucy play on the stack. I love it.
Oh my goodness, such a great play from Falsetto there with the Reef Slider right now. But hey, missiles are going to be popped right now, not allowing that tower to move forward right there. Wait, is that 2 Reef Sliders on the side of OnSU Gray right now? I just saw 2 coming back to back right now. That is a very daring thing, special to use, especially on tower control when it can't really affect the tower as easily, Mizuno.
Right, and I'm wondering if it's because of that stack effect that they want to have, right? Being able to just charge right in and just blow up on stack and be like, surprise, and just catch some people by surprise because the stacks are very high points of contention in a Mako Mart game. So I feel like that's probably where the rationale comes from. But I agree. It seems like it doesn't seem like it comes like front to mind, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And the tower control is going to go in the favor of Sun God Squad right there, as well as be able to push the lead even further down to 57 right there. Both teams are just slowly at each other, trying to get control of each other's stacks there. Because, as you said before, these are high points of contention here on Mako Mart as well. So we are going to be moving up slowly but surely. Both these teams are popping specials left and right here. You see the Ultra Stamp, another Ultra Stamp, and some missiles right now. It just seems like both these teams are just clicking specials and hoping one of them works and inflates that stat board that we saw earlier.
Right, exactly. They're inflating the stats proactively, I guess. Just casually, just kind of like, all right, let's pump up the numbers. Don't I am so sorry. I am so sorry, everyone. I literally cannot.
No, I find this really amusing because I'm pumping up those numbers right now. There's a lot of things you can pump. You can pump some iron, you can pump some numbers, you can pump out some specials here on Splatoon and do both as well at the same time here on CCA. But no, OnSU Gray already on the tower here, pushing that amazingly far, all the way down to 26 right here, and still riding the Rin on here, rocking that Booyah Bomb on a different weapon right there. Not on the Aerospray, but on the Forge Pro as well. As they get to the 3rd checkpoint, Mizuno.
Not if IBA has something to say about it. Coming from behind here, hoping to get one last clutch booyah. I'm surprised they were able to get that out in time. And I believe they were able to just only push the members of OnSU Gray back a bit as they look to take this tower away from that final check there. As it looks like Zoe's able to go down there on that Luna. So pretty much right now, Sun God Squad is doing everything in their power to tug that tower back over to mid, like a spoiled child, from the grocery store. Right? It's like, get back over here. You are not touching that. That's what Sun God Squad is trying to do right now. As Spaghetti is riding this tower back over to mid.
Yep, spoiled chat, Eldrin on the tower, indeed, right here. And they jumped out immediately, clicked missiles there. Quite the stylish play with missiles of all things to be used. Normally, that the missiles not seeing something stylish there, but hey, a jump out plus missile combo right there. Call me a fan because I don't see that very often here, especially when Spaghetti is going to be moving up with his Booyah Bomb already on this platform right here, looking to shut down more members of OnSU Gray right now, as they need to move that tower quick and fast all the way down past the third checkpoint and get nearly a knockout if they want to try and get it. But no, OnSU Gray's defense, time and time again, just shoves it through Sun God Squad side and just prevents them from moving it up.
What a great play. They just narrowed in on that tower, just just automatically, like they just ate it up. It was really good play and movement right there. But it looks like Songquan Squad has one last try, as it's just Annabeth on that Dread Ringer, slowly moving back into position to play defense. Spaghetti goes down to God knows what, and Zoe's on the tower. Not if Fluffy Puff has something to say about it. And I mean, just constant back and forth. And Red just hops on. Yeah, that's game 6.
That's game 7, I believe, because
Seven.
yeah, okay, Mizuno, I don't know right here. I don't know my directions, but I'm not starting to think you don't know your first grade math right here, because we just got we had just our 6th game earlier that definitively decided the set right there, and this is the 7th game here with Tower and Shell Mockingbird. That was pretty foul of me. I apologize.
It's okay. I've been staring at Excel all day, so I'm used to Excel just telling me what the number is rather than me doing the number. It's instead of me doing the number itself, I'm just like, Excel, tell me what the number is. For real. Nonetheless, this was a really fun game to watch, just because a little bit the little bit of spice that both of these teams brought to the table in terms of the different comps, and I think that allowed for a lot of really fun chaos and seeing some interesting dynamics coming to play. Right, I really liked Annabeth on the Dreadbringer with the Wraith Slider coming in a few of those times. And I think it was IBA that's on the Gloogs that's going to come back, and Cosmo on the Reflex was totally out of left field. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Love seeing these left field weapons come out here, especially in the Play All 9 games. You generally see the more unconventional stuff start to come out in these more friendly games. You know, the set's over, take a seat back, relax a little bit, play some weapons that are fun and exciting, right? Like the Reflux, right? You know, it's quite an interesting weapon. We don't normally see any type of stringers being played very often here, especially, I don't know, on Makomar. I feel like that's not a very common weapon to see.
Mm-hmm. No, I fully agree. So I'm hoping we might see some sauce in these last 2 friendly games. I think we've historically seen some teams kind of go, "Ooh, what if?
What if?"
And the meme of that guy just like going like this, like just like, rubbing his hands together and just coming in behind the tree. You know
oh my god! I am familiar with that meme. Yes.
Okay.
You know what? Yep.
Would you believe that was the 2nd time today I've referenced this meme on 2 totally separate topics in 2 totally different settings?
Oh my goodness. So I assume the other setting is outside of Splatoon. Otherwise, I was not paying too much. Okay,
yeah,
good. Otherwise,
it was literally a couple of hours ago at dinner. I was like, I don't remember what we were talking about, but at some point I was like this, and I was like, you guys know, right? You know what I'm talking about. You guys know.
Yeah, we definitely know what you're talking about, Mizuno. You know, I'm clearly a mind reader. I can definitely tell what is on your mind here. The thing that's on your mind is that beam with that guy rubbing his hands together, like, ooh, what am I gonna do next?
It's been a long day, but a good day because more Splatoon.
Yeah, more Splatoon. We love seeing more Splatoon here. You know, we have game number 8 coming up with Rainmaker Crableg Capital here. Oh boy, this is generally seen as a cookie cutter Rainmaker pick here. So we'll see how this plays out here, because you know you have the entire great side of the map, which is not too great when you try to run past it, and then you have the right side of the map, which is a little bit harder to push through. We have to go through the enemy's high ground to be able to get there, Mizuno.
It's such a tricky map. It reminds me of Mahi in a way. Like, it feels like with Mahi, you feel like you only have like 2 places to go. And like, you know how Mahi has the left side, like islands just casually there? That's what the grates remind me of. Like, it's like a trap. It's like dangling like a little tree in front of you, being like, "Hey, come over here." but you're gonna die and have a tough time, so don't come over here, right?
Oh
And
my
that's how I
goodness.
feel at least. So this will be an interesting one to watch. I'll be very curious what both of these teams will run.
Yeah, definitely. And given how Sun God Squad runs Ultra Stamp here, especially with the Wiper here, I'm curious to see how many times that Rainmaker gets popped, and they're going to be able to push it forward ever so slightly more, especially if they decide to push on the side grades here. But hey, it seems like the silliness is
Uh,
going to continue on the side of Sun God Squad as two Chargers, not one, two Chargers, Mizuno, are being played right now.
I was gonna say, I think Zoe I think for the first time in this entire match is stepping away from a blaster class and is on the aerospray, not Rin. So we have to keep that in mind during this game, so we don't get our heads
Wait,
in a tizzy.
wait, Mizuno. I think you're onto something. I think every member of OnSU Gray is playing each other's weapons, so it's not the
Oh,
main person there. So, like, I believe that's Falsetto on the Jet Sculpture as well. So we get to see a Tetris player learn the value of patience and the power of range on the top of these grades right here, as they already managed to get one pick already in securing this Rainmaker a path forward right now, Mizuno.
oh my god, help! I didn't even realize that till you pointed that out. I was just being silly, like, oh, hee hee. But no, they did a full swap a la party wheel. Like, oh, why don't you just swap everyone's weapons, right? And play what you play what your teammates usually play. Very cool. But we keep talking about OnSU Gray. Sugwat Squad? Can we talk about what they're running right now? Excuse me? The
Yeah.
Blob? Yes?
Yes, the blob, indeed, putting down that rain right there, right on the Rainmaker, so it's not going to be tempted for any Onsu Gray members to grab it right now and allow it to reset, giving that quite a bit of relief for Sun God's Runner, as the pressure on the top left is relieved right now, and Esper Buds on this blob right here is successfully going to be able to pop that Rainmaker shield right there. That is some good object damage if I've ever seen some, as well as getting that pick right there. Indeed, Sun God Squad is cooking with this comp.
They're cooking. I really love it. I love how wacky it is, but I feel like it's gonna work. It's gonna give something exciting, right? I love Cosmo on. I don't even know what type of charger that is nowadays. I mean, good lord. But it's really cool to witness. And Esper Bud's on this blob, able to get a really nice pick before going down the Ren. I mean, and here comes Fluffy Pup as per usual with the stamp. That's not a surprise anymore at this point now, is it?
Damn. Okay, you know what? I love Floofy Pup Stamp right there. You know, every time it comes out, I feel like something exciting happened, but it just seems like it's dull to Mizuno. The only thing that interests you right now are the Chargers right now. The Bamboo is online right here for supplying the Auto Bomb as well as the Killer Whale as well. So I'm curious to see how IBA on this Bamboo is going to be able to help their team push up here and get those picks as necessary.
Right, exactly. I think charging up this whale here is going to be very crucial, right? Especially if we see IBA on this left side on the grates here. This is a very good use of the killer whale, right? Because that's going to create a lot of chaos here if IBA is able to use it effectively.
Yep, and the killer whale come out indeed right here and already getting a pick right here. You know what? That gets four members of Onsu Gray down, leading to a wipeout and giving the checkpoint straight to Sun God Squad right here. That was a fantastic wipeout from all the teamwork right there.
Indeed, and that's going to pay dividends in their favor as they're able to get down that podium and able to take the lead with just a couple of steps forward onto that grades area. Someone is, who knows what, but the Rainmaker goes down, and it's just Cosmo here on this charger just snipping away at this Rainmaker all by themselves and able to just take it and run with it. I mean, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, definitely. And taking it all the way down to 34 is no easy feat whatsoever. They're just running on the grates of doom, as I like to call them, right there, just allowing so many opportunities for Sun God Squad to just sit back a little bit, you know, have a little bit of relief and time to play defense a little bit. You know, the stress of having to push down or even further than 61 is over right now, so they can just chill, look for more opportunities to play defense right here. But no, multiple members are going to go down from both team sides, and Floofy Pup immediately popping that Ultra Stamp right here, looking to get more. So many members are going down the Floofy Pup, Mizuno.
Floofy Pup just getting splat after splat after splat, and it's all thanks to that stamp enabling that, and then able to follow up with the Wiper main weapon. I mean, very clean stuff as per usual. What more can you expect out of Floofy Pup at this point?
Yeah, we keep talking about Floofy Puppy, but let's talk about Rin playing the Tetra dualies. Previously we saw Rin on the Aerospray right now, so it's very interesting to see how an Aerospray player, who's normally a more supportive player, trying to get their specials to get their teammates in, is instead going to be playing the Tetras, right? Which is basically an entry tool in itself, right? They're going on those flanks, getting those picks right now. They're just going to have to put themselves in danger to be able to open up the team right now. But Falsetto is running this Rainmaker, scrambling to try and get the lead right here with hardly 15 seconds left on the clock. This might be it.
This might be it, as we're down to the final 5 seconds or so. Cosmo is going to take that Rainmaker and try to run away with it, but now Zoe can help it. They're trying to look to get the spot, but no, just because the range, the painful range was just not quite enough, and Sunquad Squad is able to take this friendlies game number 8 to their favor. Wow.
Yes, it is game number 8 indeed here. So, you know what? We're almost through all the set here, but I just got to give it up to both teams, honestly. Just both of them have shown time and time again this how even they can make these games to be. Even with some of the more unconventional weapon picks, we see a double charger comp coming out from Sun God's side, and they managed to make it work here and pull this out here. But this situation, Mizuno, oh boy. This had me on the edge of my seat right here. If I was the Rainmaker character, I would be panicking. Like, I would physically fall back in my chair with how far I'm backing up.
No, my goodness, for real. I mean, that would freak me out. I've had way too many a time where we would pick up the Rainmaker and it's the last few moments and it's like, what do you do with it, right? And if you go the slightly wrong way, it could just be total catastrophe.
Yeah, definitely. Total catastrophe right there. Because if the Aerospray was going to be able to get that pick right there, we would have went into an overtime, and they had Booyah Bomb online. So what I imagine what the chain of events that could have happened right there, right, is the pick would happen, the Booyah Bomb gets popped, the Rainmaker shield gets popped, they touch the Rainmaker in their own spawn to pull lead without needing to move an inch right there, Mizuno. That would have been, I think, the most insane set of events that could have potentially happened right there.
It would be. It would be. One thing I have to call out here, I think during the replay, you saw, I don't remember who was holding on the Rainmaker there. Maybe it was Annabit. But did you see how they were being propelled backwards? Falsetto. It was Falsetto here, not Annabit. Yeah. I had Annabit on the mind because of the jet. Yeah. But you saw how Falsetto was walking backwards. That neat little trick of propelling yourself backwards with the Rainmaker, just with some few clicks of the R trigger, right? I love seeing that and how far that's come in this Splatoon community. It's just so satisfying to me.
Yeah, it's happening all the way down here in CCA Division 6. It's a very well-known fact. I believe Mr. Squid School has made a recent video on that as well. So, it's spreading the love, spreading the info here. We love learning indeed here, especially seeing just not only these techniques being talked about, but being used in practice as well, Mizuno.
Indeed. I just love seeing how a strat like this can come so far in the community, and it's just really exciting to see across the board. It's like, yes, it's being used. This is so cool. But nonetheless, enough about just one little silly piece of tech there. Let's talk stats, because that's always a lot more exciting, I would argue.
Yeah, stats indeed are very interesting, and just talking about just like the stats overall here, especially for the splats to death ratio from OnSU Gray's side, just how many just pushes they were able to get together, as well as the good defense as well, shown through multiple games. They've shown they get a lot more value out of each individual life typically compared to Sun God Squad.
Indeed, but I think over the course of this match, even into the friendlies, Sunquad Squad has gotten a lot better in terms of their splat to death ratio, right? I remember you specifically calling out, I think it was right before game 3 or 4, where their splat to death ratio was less than 1, right? I think it was like 78 to 79 at that point, right? And now you see, as we're heading to the end of the match, it has flipped. So I think that also demonstrates Sunquad Squad being a lot more, I guess, particular with, making sure that they stay alive. They're trying to get kills and assists. They are splats and assists, if you will, and just being a little bit more conscientious of their deaths, right? Because look how close they are relative to ONSU Gray in terms of just discrete death count.
Yeah, definitely. Just like talking about it, just like generally, Umsu Gray is getting a lot more value or getting more spots
Mhm.
per life on average, right? However, if we look at Sun God stats, right, they've been holding strong. Like they have just pretty solid, rock solid defenses, right, as well as some really significant pushes. So it seems to me, while they are getting more spots on Umsu Gray's side, Sun God Squad has the more valuable picks at the end of the day, considering how competitive all these games have been, Mizuno.
Right, exactly. And I think that just demonstrates how ONSU Ray is going to be heading into their grand finals match. Um, this is something, these are really important stats to keep in mind and just demonstrates the type of play style that ONSU Gray is going to have to carry into grand finals, where they're going to have to play the best of the best and be a strong, well rounded team to be
Yeah,
the best if they want to take the crown and be the best in Division
yeah,
6.
they want to be the best like no one ever was, indeed, especially in Division 6. So the person that is waiting, or I guess the team that is waiting on the other side of Division 6 Grand Finals is going to be Auburn Navy. So the matchup that will be happening, presumably next week, right, is going to be Auburn Navy versus Hansu Gray. And considering how both these teams have been having considerable stream presence, we've been covering them quite a bit on production as well, and just how close some of their games have been, as well as some of the strategies they've been implementing. You mentioned the Rainmaker just propelling you backwards to go even further on graded surfaces, right? We're definitely going to be seeing quite an interesting grand finals match coming up, especially in the coming weeks, especially in Division 6, especially with both those teams involved.
Right, exactly. I think this would be a very highly anticipated match to watch out for. I mean, granted, all the grand finals playoffs matches are going to be really exciting, really exhilarating, like this one. But I think this one, just because I think, we commonly see lower divs not always being talked about. I think this is going to be one of the most highly anticipated matches because of the fact that ONSU Gray, the outcome of this match, right, being Sungwon Squad and ONSU Gray, Sungwon Squad just coming up short here into stamping their ticket for the grand finals, I think demonstrates that we're in for a very highly anticipated match heading into Div 6 grand finals.
100% agreed, Mizuno. But hey, we still have one more game. Clamblitz Museum del Foncino. And oh my god, is that 4 Clash Busters? That's also 4 Clash Busters, Mizuno.
Send help! Someone please send help! These players are crazy. What are they on? What are they drinking? Have they seen the light? I think the Sun God Squad has probably seen the Sun God itself at this point and has bestowed that blessing onto ONSU Gray. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. All I am saying is that this has gotten me somewhere. And maybe I've seen the Sun God Squad myself.
And maybe I've seen the Sun God Squad myself, indeed, and they are rocking 4 Clash Blasters. One of them being, I believe, the Neo Clash Blaster. I don't know the
Yeah.
exact name of that one as well, but it's the only one in the lobby, so I guess you could say there is an imposter among them.
An imposter indeed. Falsetto here able to get a nice pick onto Cosmo here as ONSU Gray is looking to storm forward with the clams. They have 2 balls online ready to go. Here comes Annabelle with the first pop, followed by Rin. Really good stuff here for ONSU Gray. They're able to knock down 55 points from the scoreboard, leaving 45 left. But Sun God Squad is able to clean up the mess there, just brush it aside, kind of dust it under the carpet, and move on from the madness.
Yeah, moving on from the madness indeed here, especially with that great defense there from Sun God Squad there. You know, even though Onsu Gray managed to get a lot of clams in there, like Museum del Foncino is generally one of those map modes that just has that potential for a lot of comebacks as well. So I'm curious to see how Sun God Squad is going to be able to play this and move up off those picks, especially with that splat bomb coming out and taking down another member with them here. It's going to be a Floofy Pup scrambling to grab these clams right here as they get the resources in the clam economy to be able to push it themselves.
Time to take the clam economy to the moon. A Sun God Squad is compiling all the clams that they could. They had like almost 20 for a moment there as we see the fun little balloons popping up onto the map here. But nonetheless, it looks like some ONSU Gray is kind of able to keep them at bay just a little bit longer and prevent the clam economy from totally turning over. As Zoe's able to go 2, 3 amazing picks, make that a quad.
Oh
Zoe
man.
just Zoe just said, "Give me the clam economy right now. I'm gonna go commit some fraud. Give it to me."
Oh my goodness. Fraudulent, clam fraudulence, money fraudulence, it all kind of adds up some way, somehow. I don't know the exact math or statistics on exactly how this will crash the clam economy here, but hey, let's see what's going on with both these teams here, especially with Sun God Squad moving up to mid right now, and Falsetto going on the right-hand flank so quickly and fast and efficient right now, allowing multiple members of Sun God Squad to get picked off right here, and Zoe finishing off right there with that clean Zuka snipe.
And man, clam economy control they have. They are just taking down members one by one. It's like a white collar crime syndicate in here, you all. I mean, for real. I want to see a great popping that basket, all of a sudden wiping out their penalty. And you just see just bursts of color everywhere. It's almost nauseating to look at.
Oh, yeah, definitely. These Clash Blasts are going insane right now, and just definitely just so much momentum came there from OnSU Gray's side. Just how quickly they were able to get those picks, as well as get onto that spinner as efficiently as they did right now. So now it's going to be left to Esper Buds here, trying to form a power clan, but unfortunately being unable to. It's just leading IBA Flutie, but grouping up together. Hopefully their Clash Blasters combined are stronger, as well as double the damage right now. But Rin is unfortunately going to be able to shut that one out, Mizuno.
Rena's always coming in clutch here and strong as they have a Trizuka ready online. Not before Fluffy Pup pops it first. Able to get a clean trade right there as Annabin and IBA trade. Great. And Falsetto and Cosmo might trade. I mean, oh, Falsetto comes out of the on top there. I thought there was going to be another trade. Falsetto was able to get another clean pick right there before finally falling down the escape.
Okay. This, you know, I have to just say something right now. Considering how many trades are happening, this is no longer a clam economy. This is a clam stock market. With just considering how quickly these team members are going down here, and just nobody's getting what they want here. Nobody's happy with the clam market crash here.
No, for real. I mean, Sun God Squad has still yet to pop the basket. Oh, well, right. Commentator's curse right there. You can't get enough of that. Right as they do, though, there's not much that they're able to work with there. It's just Cosmo there as closest to the basket before it closes right back up.
Yeah, definitely right now. And I believe a Sun God Squad needs to get a power climb online here. Yeah, and now otherwise we're not going to be able to go into overtime right now. It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to form one soon, especially with 3 members going down and multiple Trizukas is finding multiple souls right there, allowing OnSU Gray to take game number 9 in this friendly play all 9 set, Mizuno.
Man, even on 4 Clash Blasters, OnSU Gray does not slip whatsoever. I'll be curious, stats team, lovely producers, if you're able to show us who amongst all the blasters got the most splats or the most KA. That would be greatly appreciated because I am very curious as to who came up on top, because I feel like this was more so a competition of who could get the most splats, and I suspect it's Zoe.
Yeah, I'm suspecting it's Zoe as well, especially with that 4K right there. It's not enough just to take one down. You can't settle for 2. You can't settle for 3. You gotta take the entire team to satisfy your thirst for hunger and blood in this clam economy.
No, for real, and it was incredible to witness 8 Clash Blasters. I still can't get over that. My God, that was toxic, nauseating, dizzying. Thank you, our lovely producers.
29?
We have 29 KA. Good God Almighty.
Oh
Zoe,
my goodness.
please send help. What are you on?
What are you on? Actually, no, wait, tell me what you're on, actually. I want to do this in game too, okay? Next time I hop on Splatoon, I want to get the same stuff that Zoe gets and maybe drop a 29 myself. So if you do have any tips or tricks or whatever training regiment you have, I might be interested in signing up for that.
I'm gonna make the most foul callback ever, and it's probably due to the Bitcoin and to the Steam. It's probably, judging from just considering where they're from, and considering the lovely commencement speech that OSU has had recently, I suspect that they have joined those graces and they probably turned to singing.
Yep, definitely. And I do have a quote from Zoe in here. I do have a little bit of insight on the ticket here. I had the most fun amount of fun I've ever had in a CCA match ever. And merely playing Clash in CCA tonight was basically the pinnacle of the CCA career for them, I believe.
That is very cute and very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that makes my heart happy. Good on
Yeah.
you, Zoe. Congrats.
Congratulations, Zoe, and congratulations to OnSU Gray as a whole to be able to make it to grand finals for Division 6 here in the CCA. But we also got to give it to Sun God Squad for just putting on an amazing show for everyone here tonight. You saw time and time again, they got multiple down, they got those flanks, they got those picks, they got that lead, and they held it for a significant amount of time. It just came to was it? They had to come across a Titan to be able to be evenly matched and surpassed.
Indeed. I think this still is able to demonstrate that Sunquad Squad is a formidable team to face in future matches. And folks, next season, you better watch out for this team and this roster.
Yep.
They can come and make you hurt. They're going to come and make you hurt, however way. I mean, with the power of the sun god on their side, I have a feeling that we're gonna see this squad show back up next season, stronger than ever and ready to put up one heck of a fight.
Yep, praise the sun god indeed, and we'll definitely and hopefully see you next CCA season, whenever that will be. But before we go, Mizuno, where could the fine people of Twitch.tv find you?
Folks, you can find me both on Twitter and Twitch, MIZU_in0, but I pretty much am more active on the CCA channels. So please be sure, I'm going to plug here, to follow the CCA Twitch channel that you're watching this on right now. And of course, the CCA Twitter to stay in touch to all things CCA this season. Neptune, where can the good folks at home find you?
Believe it or not, Mizuno, they can find me in the CCA server as well. I'm also working on some production stuff here. Our producers were cooking so hard tonight. I just got to stick around and watch all the lovely matches that are going to be coming up this week right now. And I believe next week we will have not next week, tomorrow, okay? I got my dates mixed up right now. We will have UCSD Esports Gold versus Night Sharks tomorrow night, right after the CCA podcast as well. So if you want to see me, I will probably be in Twitch chat screaming my head off at the games and insanity that is going to be that match. So yeah, that's going to be it for me, Mizuno.
Very cool stuff. Well, like we said, folks, tomorrow will be a lot more Splatoon action, so please stay tuned and show up as we have both the podcast coming live at 8 p.m. Eastern and that match happening like right afterwards at 10 p.m. Eastern. So turn on those notifications, keep your eyes on Twitter, and folks, we'll call it a wrap here. Thanks a lot for joining us on the CCA channel here tonight, and we hope to see you all at a future CCA match near you. See ya!
Yep. Later.